Hey guys, welcome to my next video. And this time the topic is the truth about OA level equivalency in Pakistan. The good, the bad, and the ugly. So or more like this topic can be considered to be a can of worms because there's a lot of rumors, a lot of misconceptions regarding how equivalency works and stuff like that. So it has quite a bad vibe attached to it. Anyhow, let's talk about it. So good news first. It's not as bad as you might think. But what is the bad news? The bad news is that we're still in a pretty bad spot. So I was actually going over the internet, just browsing, just surfing, and I saw this post by a person who was in O levels, and he believed that there was a huge deduction, that if you managed to get an A, your grade was somehow considered to be a C. And there was this person who was saying that a long time ago your grades would be deducted by half in the equivalency. I can't say he's completely wrong because he hasn't mentioned just how long it was, and I've heard personally it used to be pretty terrible. 6 years ago, if you managed to get all A's, which was the maximum you could get at that point in time, how much do you think you would get? I mean, you must be really, really having a bad feeling about this. And you would get an 85%, which all things considered isn't exactly ideal, but probably not as bad as you were thinking it would be. And what about right now? Right now the situation has improved ever so slightly. So what is the current rule? This is something I have basically actually deduced. I haven't actually seen this written somewhere, but I looked at my equivalency and that of a couple of friends, and so I figured this out. An asterisk in a subject is taken to be 90%. A is taken to be 85%, B is 75%, C is 65%, and D is 55%. Again, if you have an asterisk, there's nothing to say that you got 90% or not. Actually, our marking is very much more complicated with thresholds and stuff. It's not exactly if you get 90% isn't exactly always 90% either. A isn't exactly 90%. But it's very confusing because the marking done by Cambridge is relative. And even though the threshold has changed every year, because there's such a huge sample of candidates, it's largely considered to be completely fair, because if the paper is more difficult than usual, if you're assuming that the sort of like the average competency of the students remains the same because we have such a huge number, that is a good enough estimate. So threshold variations don't really have an impact. You're still worth an asterisk. If you get an asterisk in a easy paper, you're still worth it. And if you get an asterisk in a hard paper, you're still worth it. Difference is you'd maybe have lost a total of 10 marks in the easy one and 30 marks in the difficult one, and still gotten with an A. So that is a difficult situation to reconcile with the system of marking that is at FSC. So you might say that they have done the best that they can, and this is, well, it's not bad. We can work with this. So the question is, at the end, who is the ugly one? Maybe the system, maybe just our fates, and I'm saying this even though I don't really believe in all that. Anyhow, I'm hoping that you'd have gotten an idea of the situation and the sort of problems we are likely to face, and also because now that you have the facts, now that you have a better understanding, you're probably not freaking out as much. If you find this to be helpful, please share this with other people. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thank you.